Good morning everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're keeping okay. Welcome to my little house in Derbyshire, where I just recently gave my hallway altar a strip down and clean, and I thought you might like to have a little look at it. Now, I'm really lucky because I've got two altars in our house. First one is here in the hallway, and the second one is in the living room, which we'll do a tour of another day if you feel like you might like to have a look at that. Now, as I say, I'm very lucky because not everybody has got the opportunity to have one altar, never mind two. So I realise that it comes from a place of great privilege. So yeah, if you're not that lucky, I'm really sorry about that. But I hope that you enjoy looking at what I've got on my altar. And again, I want to reiterate that this is my craft, it's what it looks like to me. Yours might look really different to you, and what's on my altar will not necessarily be what's on yours. But yeah, with that being said, let's just have a little look. So the actual shelving is a dresser top that I got from Facebook Marketplace, and I couldn't believe that it fitted the drawers underneath so absolutely perfectly. It was just so lucky, and it was, I mean, I think it was about 15 quid, so I was so lucky to find that. The actual top shelves are a little bit narrow, so I can't get that much on there, but that's probably a good thing, to be honest. So starting from the top, this jar is full of random feathers and bits and pieces that I've collected. I'm always picking bits and pieces up when I'm out and about, and I'm sure you are too. I've got some of the bigger jars on here, so there's some marigold there, and then I've got some little tins that I keep bits and pieces in. You might recognise this skull tin from when I did my mini altar tour way back when. Now, I've swapped the contents out because unfortunately the skull tin, the lid kept coming off when it was in my bag, scattering contents everywhere. So I swapped that out for another one, which I'll show you in a bit. So here is my main chalice that I use quite a lot. I actually got this from a post office in Sheffield, of all places. Couldn't believe it when I found it. It's getting a bit tarnished though, and I've tried polishing it, but it's, you know, it doesn't look too good at the moment. But yeah, it does its job, and that's all that matters. My little Nightmare Before Christmas Jack in the Box that my friend gave me for Samhain a couple of years ago. Just love it. Can't bear to see it only once a year, so it lives here all the time. And then another little chalice that I actually found in a charity shop. I love it. It's ceramic, and it reminds me of the one that Indiana Jones finds in The Last Crusade. I don't know why, it just does, and I just love it. A couple of little bits and pieces along the top, a couple of vintage bottles, not the Hendrix bottle, obviously that's not vintage, but I like it, and I use that for quite a few different things. My black salt in my witch shape bottle, and a tiny little bottle of black salt for when I'm out and about. Some vegetable oil, and also I've got some seawater and some full moon water there. They're both quite old actually, but you don't need that much, to be honest, when you're using them in spell work. Just a couple of drops will do. I am going to Scarborough in a couple of weeks, so I'm hoping to pick a little bit more up while I'm there. Okay, so down to the next shelf, and here's some rosemary that I've got drying. I've pretty much always got some drying somewhere. And a corn dolly that I made at Lammas last year. This little statue carving that I found, it just reminded me of the god and the goddess, so I thought that that would be a lovely little addition. My Bridget dolly that I made a couple of years ago. Obviously we're just celebrating Imbolc at the moment, so she's spending a bit of time on the altar. And a mirror that I found in a charity shop. It was next to nothing and I just loved it. I brought it home and gave it a good clean, cleansed it with sage, and then I added a rose quartz crystal because I just thought it looked really, really pretty. A little bowl of little bits and pieces, a crochet sunflower that I made, and the bowl I found in a charity shop. It's been dropped about 100 times and it's full of cracks and I keep gluing it. Don't want to part with it because I just love it. And it's also got fir cones, acorns and conkers in there. There's lots of bees on my altar, you might notice. Bees are one of my spirit animals. Absolutely love them. And I like to use representations of them all over the place. The selenite my best friend bought for me for Yule last year, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So many colours in it and it deserves a place on the altar. And the holly book was a present from my friend. It belonged to her mum and she passed away recently, and she sent it me knowing how much I like holly and Yuletide plants, so that's ended up on the altar as well. A couple more other crystals. My little bat from Samhain last year. The little bell I got from Witches Galore in Pendle, and it's lovely to have on the altar, and also for any rituals that I might do. I love it. If you've never been to Pendle, if you ever get the chance, I think you'd absolutely love it. It's a place that we would love to go back to at some point. Stunning countryside and real history there. So yeah, go and have a look if you ever get a chance. A little dolly that my friend made for me, and then I've got some storm water and some sand from Scarborough Beach, and another little bee bauble here. So moving on to the lower shelf, this is where I keep all my herbs and bits and pieces. I use them for spell work, and I like to make spell bottles for people, a couple of which I've got here on the lower shelf at the moment, waiting to go to their new owners. I'll show you more in a minute. But yeah, these are the herbs that I use most often. Most of them I've just bought from supermarkets and dried myself. I have bought some online. This particular brand is from a lady on Etsy. She has got her own website. She's called Bramble and Bone. It's not an advert, I'm not sponsored, but I absolutely love her products. So they come in such beautiful packaging that I can't bear to put this in a jar. It's just so pretty. So yeah, I've got some of her Calm Waters mist as well, which is absolutely beautiful. I use that at work quite a lot. If I'm feeling a bit stressed, I give the air a little bit of a spritz, and it's just gorgeous. So yeah, she's definitely worth looking at. That's Bramble and Bone. This is Siegfried the skeleton. He lives on the altar all year round. He has a special place on the Samhain altar, but for the rest of the year he just sits around and observes, basically. Okay, so also on these shelves I've got this lovely brooch that belonged to my late Nanan, and that lives on here all the time. A couple of the stones are missing now, but I still love it. It's gorgeous. So that has a permanent home here to remind me of her. Lots more herbs, bits and pieces. The lovely statue of Bast that my lovely friend Kath brought me back from Egypt last year, and some more rosemary drying in my little cauldron, and some more dried flowers. I love having flowers on the altar. I just think it breathes life into it, and they just look so pretty. So in the drawers, there's some roses drying at the moment. I keep candle holders, lighters, other bits and pieces that would probably just fall off the shelf if they were on there. The middle drawer behind my Bridget's cross with the fox handle. In here I keep things like, there are some candles in here, there's some shells, there's also my Athame, which I keep in this black bag to keep it safe, and a black pen as well. And then in the end drawer, if I can just get to that, there's lots and lots of little organza bags to store stuff in. I've got some blackthorns wrapped up in there that I'm going to use in a spell bottle later. And then along the bottom, there's some boxes where I keep overstocks of herbs, and this one has crystals in it, lots and lots of them. Some of them are kept in little bags and some of them are just kept out loose, so I don't keep that many on display. I just keep a few that I really love, so I'll show you more of those. This is really special. This is probably the most special thing that's on the altar. This is a jar of pebbles and sea glass that I collected on the day we went to scatter my mum's ashes in Scarborough, and it's also got a couple of the little yellow rose heads from her funeral flowers, and I just love it. It's full of special memories. Some of my happiest memories are of Scarborough from when I was little, and then from later on when I got married and spent a lot of time there with my husband. These are the flowers that my mum wore on our wedding day that are just dried, and they're just so pretty. So they live on this jar now, and the little heart is a locket that she gave me that she wore on her wedding day, and I wore it on our wedding day, and then our lovely niece wore it on her wedding day 2 years ago. So that's really special, and I think that this deserves a special place on the altar because it's just beautiful. Pebbles in the jar, different coloured salts. This box contains lots of different essential oils, and then in this corner some little bells that I like to use for space clearing. Some roses that are drying at the moment from some that my husband bought me a few weeks ago. And then moving down, this is the tin that's now got my mini altar in it. It's a much better size. It's much more stable, I think is the word I'm looking for, and it doesn't throw stuff everywhere. An oracle deck that I really like, Earth Magic. This tin has lots and lots of spell candles. Could do with topping up actually, but can never have too many candles. And then I've got my sage stick and my abalone shell. This deck, this Woodland Wardens deck, is absolutely stunning. I only opened it recently and I wish I'd opened it sooner because it's just so gorgeous. And this is the card I drew from it recently, which really spoke to me. I just absolutely love it, and I keep my regular drawers on this little hair so I can see them and focus on them every time I come past the altar. And I keep my Book of Shadows on here, which we can have a look at one day. If you're interested in that, just let me know in the comments please if you'd like to have a look at it. I'm always interested to see other people's books of shadows and what they look like, and the kind of things they put in there. So if you'd like to have a look at mine, please do let me know and I'd be happy to share that with you. I mentioned I make spell bottles for people. These are a couple that I made recently. They're going to a new home on Wednesday. So I made a focus one and a protection one. And so they're sitting on here and just charging up, really, just ready to go. If you ever want to know more about them, please let me know. I'd be happy to share that with you as well. Yep, so some flowers for spring. Nice bit of bright colour, and just in front of that is my wand that was a gift from my lovely friend that he made. It's made from Rowan, and it's beautiful. It feels absolutely lovely, and it's got a quartz point at the tip. And I've also got on here my little rose quartz skull and some more selenite, because you can never have too much selenite. In the little bag are the crystals that I take when I go out and about and want to leave an offering anywhere. They're just little chips that are handy to just scatter. Only a couple though. You don't want to leave too many, and you need to be mindful of where you put them, I think. So yeah, I think that's about it. This stone was a gift from a lovely friend. Like to have it on here to remind me, you know, that everything's pretty good even on days where you don't feel great. And this lovely lamp used to belong to my mum, and I think I might actually have to move it because it's been knocked off a couple of times, so I might have to swap it for another one. But it's so pretty and it looks so lovely on here, and it's another little reminder of her. So I think that's it. If there's anything on here that you want to know more about, please do ask in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, anything you want to know, just ask me. And until next time, take care and blessed be.